Welcome to BluePopStream. Yeah.
Do we have theme music now? Nice.
I mean, I kind of had a theme song I used for like formal openings, but I keep forgetting to use the actual like sequence that I programmed. Complete with an introductory voice line by the voice actor for Monokuma.
I'm gonna pretend I know what that is and go, nice!
The black and white bear from Danganronpa.
Nice!
Okay.
And even though I don't actually know who that is really cool.
Yeah. Cameo is a tool of chaos.
It really, really is.
Yeah, that just came out of my brain because I've already forgotten what game it's from, but I recently discovered that there's a video game where the game over screen has a song that plays the fucking song where it's like, Game Over, yeah! And I'm like, that's weirdly positive.
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds like the Double Fine, like, title music sting from Brutal Legend.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It's in my fucking
Double Fine!
It's in my YouTube favorites. Hold on. Yeah, there it is. It's from Sega Rally Championship on the Sega Saturn.
Is there a crossed arms pose? I feel like there should be, but there isn't one.
Probably wouldn't be too hard to kind of manually get them in.
Yeah, I know. But, like, doing this quickly.
Anyway, we're live.
Okay. We're live. Hello, everyone. That may have been a behind-the-scenes look, but, we're human over here on BluePopStream and Scourge of the Dragon Sea and all of that. Hi. How are we doing?
I sang the theme song and everything.
That's fair. Hello. This VOD is going to be wild. Welcome back to Scourge of the Dragon Sea. Maybe the heroes will get to turn around and head back towards the sea. Maybe soon.
Maybe.
What happened last week, pals?
I'm not your pal, buddy.
I'm not your buddy, friend.
Well, damn, I'm sorry.
I'm not your friend, jackass.
We established Wisdom Gang. Kai peeked in the window of the building. We got instructions on where to find the Temple of the Light that we're after. We bullied Ithuk into adopting a small goblin child.
That has not happened. Do not.
No, that's canon.
God damn it.
And we all learned about the hot new drug hitting the streets, Chungle Down Bim. I went back and watched the VOD and a couple others to refresh myself on things that I should be very well keeping in my brain.
Valid. I mean, brains should hold information, yes.
So, and then after a couple of sendings back and forth informing us about the Pirate Lord's rebellion, grab for power, whatever you want to call it, that has become a pressing concern, but as per majority vote, we are finishing our current objective of finding the prince before we deal with that.
Awesome. That's pretty solid. Where are you headed to? Do you remember?
I think we were told that there's a temple an hour north of here or so. I remember if I remember correctly.
Yes, you are currently in a town, and it is high market day if anyone wants to spend money or talk to people in town. But if that's not what people want to do, what would you like to do, gang?
I think we just did a shopping episode.
I mean, that's fair. There was shopping that happened.
So the only thing I would even consider trying to do, and I don't think I'm going to, would be maybe selling this poison, but I don't even know if there'd be a place that would buy that in town. So
Roll me a d20 if you want to give a little time to chase down that lead.
Roll to notice the stall full of poisons 5 feet to your right.
Fuck it. May as well. Certainly could be useful information, at least.
Almost in that 20, but not. You kind of like keep an eye around town, and with your sort of background in underground stuff, you do see signs that there might be some sort of like black market sort of thing, which you think would be the probably the only place you could reasonably sell this without drawing undue attention to yourself. But the directions on the signs you see are either very old comparatively, because a lot of these would be like sort of touched up from time to time to say like, yes, whatever is doing this is still active, or they're just seem like nonsense, like poisons safe haven, and like what would be an arrow, or like poisons danger, and just like an X and like stop, and like those seem to like one leads to the other, and like that's weird. That doesn't make sense on its own. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna choose to not go near that stuff.
Fair. Valid.
It's just poisons and then scribbly crossed out. Healthy fruit drinks.
Anyway, but people are wanting to head out of town, yes?
Indeed.
Sure. So you load up into the cart, and if I remember right, you were leaving Isaac behind, correct?
Did we decide on that? I think we were asking what he wanted to do, and he said he would come with us but stay out of the way.
Right, that is what was said. So he's all excited because he's never ridden in a horsey cart before. But you guys start rolling on your way. As you sort of like roll through town and pass through the gates, you see that there is markedly less foot traffic on the way out of town in the direction you're headed. I'm going to move us back to the regional map here. Yeah. And you see that the the guards almost seem bored, and most of the foot traffic headache that you do see is members of the Hitairoi. No one directly tries to stop your movement, but it does seem like your heading this way does seem to be drawing attention.
Well, if no one's going to stop us, I see no reason to worry about it.
Sure.
I'll just keep watching to see if anyone's being a little too nosy, I guess.
Sure. Give me a perception check.
I'm focused on driving the cart.
And anyone else who wishes to keep an eye on things specifically, give me a perception check.
I would rather just give Ifik the guidance.
Sure.
Don't give it to me. I have exhaustion still.
I mean, I'll roll still if I can. Anyway.
If give me a quick Constitution saving throw. It's not that you could gate anything worse could happen. It's just like if you roll well enough, you could have the short rest that you had in a cart could get rid of your exhaustion. We'll say.
I was about to say, does he still have the exhaustion?
He's just power napping.
Ooh.
Yeah, you lose your level of exhaustion.
Oh, sweet. Well, that means I get to roll this other one normally.
Yep. And you have guidance. Sure.
I'm mostly focused on driving the cart, but should I roll as well for perception?
I rolled a 1.
We'll just go off of your passive perception.
My passive is 11.
Is 11? Okay. Okay.
So total was 14 with me.
So Simon is up on the box seat of the on the main seat of the cart. Where is everyone else sitting in relation to that as well? So like there's a front seat. The party that wants to like screen share as well and bring up like just paint to describe this, but like it's kind of like you have a front seat and then just like a box similar to a truck.
I think while everyone's gathering into the cart, regardless of where everyone else is, Simon will have made sure that Ithfuk and Izik are sitting next to each other in the back.
All right.
What the fuck? Why are you giving me this child? You guys are the ones who asked to bring it with us.
But he loves you.
He fell on me and stole some of my mead.
Exactly.
As a son of a rogue, you should be proud.
Damn, that's solid logic right there.
No, why would I be proud of him failing to get away? Come on.
He's got good instincts for like get the stuff.
But you've got to teach him the rest.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, as you guys are rolling up this road, you notice Ithvuk that some of the soldiers, and in addition to like their regular gear, seem to be carrying crates that have markers that are kind of like smudged out. If you wanted to like look a little closer to see what they say, you could roll for that as well.
Sure. Another perception?
Yes. Or investigation if you'd like.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, just it's an option. You don't make out the actual words, but you do see the symbol that you've seen around on ships on powder kegs.
Ooh. I'll just suck that little bit of information away, just in case.
Yeah. And then the soldiers continue, like, you get to a bit of a fork that the guide would, like the person you talked to at the tower told you about, that like branches off to this farmstead that he was talking about. And you see like the military foot traffic carries on in the same direction they were headed. Up ahead, you see what might maybe be like a checkpoint or something like that. Couple people like watching the road, but you can't see like exactly what's going on up there. You head back following this narrow, less maintained, sort of like dirt tracks, almost driveway. It does slow your cart a little bit because the road is not as well traveled, it's not as well maintained. Your horse is slipping a little bit every once in a while on stones and stuff. But eventually you make your way back to a small farmstead. You see a little one-story, maybe it's got like a room and a half in it, sort of house. A larger shelter in the back that looks to be some kind of barn, and a vegetable garden off to one side. You can hear beyond the house the sound of wood being cut with an axe.
Okay. I don't know if this is anything we need to pay attention to, or if Because I think we're headed to a temple, aren't we? Unless
Yeah.
anyone else has anything to say.
Oh, you were told by the guy at the tower that like near the temple there was like this farmstead was near a temple. But
Oh,
the farmstead was where you might be able to find the person you were looking for.
right. Then yeah, I guess we slow down as we approach the property.
You don't see like aside from the sound of wood being cut, you don't see or hear anything else that aside from like there's a couple animals out towards like by the barn. There's a couple chickens running around the property, but as far as like sentient life, so to speak, you don't see any people around.
All right. Well, I think Simon's gonna follow that sound of wood being cut and just sort of cautiously make his way over.
With the cart altogether?
No, I think we parked the cart at like the edge of the property.
Okay. What do you tell Isaac, and what do you attempt to tell the displacer kitten?
Does someone want to stay with them here, or should we all go in?
I can stay for sure.
All right.
The kitten stays with you.
Does anyone else want to come with me, or am I just going in myself?
No, I'm going with you.
I'll come.
Okay.
Edema?
I thought it was given, but yeah, okay.
All right. So Pi stays with the cart, and the associated followers. Everyone else heads in around behind the house. Everyone going to the house sees an individual. If you put the second image up on screen for me, please, that I sent you today.
Okay.
And I will put that image in chat here so everyone sees it. You see a dark-haired humanoid in just sort of like commoner's clothes and a well-worn but well-maintained woodcutter's axe in his hand. And from his back are two, they almost look like eagle's wings. However, they look quite disheveled.
Simon's like eyebrows perk up, noticing another person with wings.
Hey there.
Yeah, is anyone trying to mask their approach, or are you just going straight to...
I just said what I was doing.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I think the idea was to approach like not necessarily stealthing, but like just calmly and politely and non-threateningly. But then like when Simon sees the person with wings, he's like caught off guard and he's too busy like processing and reacting to like think about how he's approaching.
Fair enough. Yeah, it's like you call out, and he stops for a second and says, "I'm not expecting you. Please leave." And raises the axe to swing again to split another piece of wood.
Fortunately, we can't leave. We're kind of on a job.
Simon just like shakes himself out of his surprise and just goes, by the way, I'm not using that voice filter anymore from last week. That sounded awful, and I'm sorry.
We appreciate the attempt.
Just trying to throw a little flavor in, but flavor is sometimes bad. Hello there. Apologies for the intrusion. We are travelers, and we're just in the area as we have been hired to search for a missing person of interest. We were told that we might be able to inquire about their potential whereabouts here. We're looking for someone by the name of Ilnan.
Okay, give me 2 seconds here. A quick roll. What is everyone's passive insight?
Okay.
It's a 12.
11.
10.
14.
But Kai is in the cart.
Yep.
Just sitting there by alone has a fucking epiphany out of nowhere.
Hey, wait, that guy might be. You, what's the dame's insight, actually? I didn't hear.
16.
16? Okay.
That was muted, my fault.
As we've established,
Um,
Wisdom Gang.
Wisdom gang. Yeah. Ithvuk and Edema, you both see a quick sort of almost like flicker across this person's face as he like looks at you at the corner of his eyes. Like the eyebrows can like dart in almost in a frown or something. But pretty quickly they cut back to where they were. You also see the grip, like his grip on his axe, kind of tense a little bit and flex. What business do you have with him?
Basically, I just summarized that we were tasked by the Royal Navy of Alvaronis to bring them back as they were missing, and information we gathered along the way told us that they were taken again. Someone had been hired to take them against their will. And then, as we journeyed onward, we were told they might be somewhere in this direction.
Isfuk's gonna walk a little around the guy, not like completely circling around him, just getting away from the group a little bit.
Just like creating space.
And trying to seem like he's just looking around, not really.
Give me a. I'm gonna say deception. Because you're trying to like sort of mask what your intent is a little bit.
Could I do that as a performance instead?
Absolutely. Yeah, I was torn between deception and performance.
You dance.
Sure. He like you can tell he's still very much aware of where you are, and he's not like put at ease, so to speak. But
Nice place you got out here, friend. Sorry.
Appreciated. I don't know. That name doesn't mean anything to me. I'm sorry.
If it didn't mean anything to you, why'd you react the way you did when we said it?
He pauses for a second and swings the axe, leaves it like stuck into the wood block he was using. So you're here to see I'm alive because of the Navy?
We were told that you were kidnapped, or at least missing, and we were tasked to find you and bring you back.
He sort of barks out a laugh that has very little humor in it. When you get back to Haven, tell my brother I won't bother him anymore.
While I understand there's probably a very long story behind that, I think it'd be best for us if you tell him that.
Give me a persuasion check.
Okie dokie. Nice.
I can't just leave this place. Give me You see, he kind of like looks down at his feet. I certainly can't leave before some people get back here. And even that, there's things I need to take care of before I go.
Like what?
I was a part of something bad that happened to the people here, and I need to make it right.
Oh, that's vague.
Yeah, that doesn't really answer my question there, lad.
Well, if I may, I don't suppose it had anything to do with the adventurers and the guard and the prison and the murder. Was that you guys?
You see what, especially to you, Adema, was very obviously guilt, just double and triple and quadruple on this man's shoulders as you list all of that. Yes, I was involved in that. And now the Hetairoi are here, and they're not kind to these people. And that's my fault. Now, I know they have some sort of interest up at that temple, but I'm not sure exactly why. And they can't be allowed to just have full free reign of everything there. So unless you want to help me stop them, or at least figure out what the hell they're trying to do, I'm not leaving this place.
Well, we certainly can't just leave you here. We've already been at least partially paid for this task, so. Even though I had a different thing I was trying to do at this time, but was outvoted on, so I guess we need to get this out of the way now.
Simon smiles with an air of, as usual, every task leads to another.
Hey, Ithfuck.
Yeah.
Give me a quick deception check.
Why?
You'll find out if you roll high enough.
I'm.
Well,
Okay, fair. So out of character, out of game, you were hired to fight. Like, the job you were given essentially boils down to kill the Pirate King. The maybe find the prince, I guess, was so far down the optional objectives that saying that you were hired to find him isn't quite the truth. That's why I asked for the deception check.
well, the fact stands that we were asked.
Yes.
It was on the list of tasks.
Regardless of how secondary it was to the kill the Pirate King thing, it was on the ask.
So he sends me away, and now sends adventurers to bring me back. He can't make up his mind, can he?
What noble can?
Again, another like bark of laughter that has no humor in it. I suppose you're right in that as well. Now,
It's what we adventurers are for.
if you can figure out what the Hetairoi want up at the temple there, then we can talk again. But before that happens, I'm not going anywhere. And he picks up the axe, gives you a look, and then sets up another piece of wood and swings and splits it again.
Simon takes another step forward. I might have an idea on what they want.
The axe again like stops in the air, and he brings it down and says, And what is that?
So, I don't know if you can tell looking at me, but I'm something of a warlock. There's a whole backstory about how I was saved from near death by an otherworldly being from the Shadowfell. It's a whole story. I won't get into the specifics, but the latest in a line of asks in exchange for, I guess you could say, the safety of my and well-being of my soul, is that I provide to him what I believe is referred to as the light seal from this temple that is this temple that we were talking about. And I believe I was even told that someone high up in the Hetairoi is actually associated with said otherworldly patron. So I have a pretty good hypothesis that that's what they're after. I don't know what it is or what it does, but it also may tie into a prophecy we've heard something about in our travels, something about flooding the world in darkness. So possibly very big deal.
You see a look sort of flicker across his face. Not even flicker, like he just seems like stunned by everything you just said. And frankly, understandably so.
Of course, it's a lot.
Way to club him over the head with everything we've done, Simon. What the hell?
It's a lot. It's a lot to hear out of a bunch of randos who just walked up to your back porch and demanded that you come with them.
Yup. You see him. You see his eyes pulse with. It almost looks like sunlight, almost. And he like takes a deep breath and looks at you again, Ithvok, and specifically at your mask. Are you wearing the mask, or is it on your hip?
No, I've taken that off. It's hanging
Okay.
from my side at the moment.
So he looks at your mask. And he looks back to you, Simon. Kind of tilts his head. What? You are a curious group, aren't you?
Not inaccurate.
Whatever is going on, this seal should probably be protected. I have in past spoken with a
You good?
Oh, I think we lost him. he
Yep,
was
there it
he was in that pensive pose for so long. I'm like, wow, he's really thinking about his next line. It always happens like that. Find out what he has to say after this commercial break.
Next time on Scourge of the Dragon Sea.
As I click the run ads button on the stream. So, how's everyone's week been?
Fucking bored. I've only had 3 days of work this week. I have nothing to do.
I was saying before the stream that I dug out my Quest 2 VR helmet the other day and played a few different games on that. And I dipped into VR chat and played like Uno and Cards Against Humanity with some randos in VR chat for a while. And I played a little bit of this co-op dungeoneering game called Dungeons of Eternity. That's genuinely fun.
Nice.
Yeah. My dad was over here the other day and we were talking, and now he has a Quest 3 helmet he bought for himself. And every time he's on, I see him playing nothing but fishing games.
Love it.
And there goes the camera.
I can imagine it now. Your dad's just sitting there in a VR helmet, and the music in the background is like, damn, it feels good to be a gangster.
I feel like I missed something. Once I get the server back up, you guys are going to have to refresh everything.
Yeah.
We sat here
Technical
for a
issues,
solid
yay.
30 seconds thinking you were just thinking about what you were saying.
I finished what I was saying, and then realized that my mouse wasn't moving anymore, and went, God damn it.
Yeah. I think you cut off at like he looks at you, and I don't think we actually got anything you said.
Oh, it was weird that no one was reacting to whatever I was saying.
Yeah.
So he looks at you, Ithvuk, and then looks specifically at your mask. And then he turns back to Simon and sort of cocks his head a little bit.
DC's again.
No. Cocks his head a little bit to one side and says, "You are an interesting group." I have spoken with the protector at the temple in past. I'm sure they can help you. This light seal should be protected, I think. I am no longer worthy to enter that place.
What does
Says-
that mean?
Who exactly?
You see him almost like unconsciously touch at where an amulet would hang. I have not been a good follower of Pelor.
Pelor.
Have you spoken to Pelor about that?
I have tried.
Oof.
Give me an insight check real quick.
Getting left on red by your god sucks.
I'm still refreshing, by the way.
Yeah, I'm still on the gray screen.
But that was going to be my response. If I know what it feels like to have a god not respond to your prayers.
All right, looks like we are just waiting for Damon to come back into the server here.
F.
I'm logged in, but I'm still on the gray screen.
Okay.
Yeah, I just see an
Looks like-
infinite expanse of gray.
Looks like Tyron and Kai are the only ones actually loaded into the map. I'm sorry, I'm coughing a lot again today, everyone, and I apologize. So, I can also just pull up Adema's page sheet here, if that is okay.
Oh, I'm coming in.
Okay.
Only if you wash your hands.
Wash your hands before you touch my character sheet. But then the paper will get wet.
So insight, normal roll. Okay. You rolled a 22.
Nice.
Wisdom game.
Wisdom gang. He takes the look on his face seems to be more than just guilt over what happened. It feels more like it seems more like he has lost belief in himself and you would know as a cleric that the power in a paladin's act comes from their conviction in what they believe more than anything. And it seems like he has lost faith in himself. And that may be... He may be interpreting it as Pelor doesn't believe in him, but that is probably not the case.
I think Simon's gonna walk a few steps closer to him and just try to approach in a friendly manner and just go, we've all made mistakes in our past. We've all done some things that we don't feel great about.
Speak for yourself.
But I think it's never truly too late to at least try and atone or make amends in some way or form. If you feel guilty about what you've done, then all you can do is try and make it up to whoever you can. And if not, if you can't pay it back to those who you've wronged, all you've got to do is pay it forward to someone else.
Make me a persuasion check with advantage, please.
Okie dokie. Fuck me.
Does anyone have any inspiration they want to drop on that?
You know what? I've got mine. I'll use it. Do I reroll both?
Just one.
Okay. There we fucking go!
No. Okay.
The power of
Okay.
watching my own
Nice.
VODs!
So, you say that to him, and he goes quiet for a minute. He says, he pauses for a second, and he says,
It won't load the map for me. I can see nothing. I can't even see the box on the side. I just see
Weird.
nothing.
weird. He rolled a nat 20.
Yeah.
He rolled a nat 20.
I'm giving this inspiring speech, and Ithvik just suddenly goes blind.
Give me 2 seconds here to set something up. A friend has messaged me specifically wanting the stream link. That's all just... Where's... I need to turn down media sound altogether. That's that one. Shut off. Then I'm gonna open the stream. Think I can get the link through there on mobile? I'm thinking out loud. Hello everyone, this is the stream of consciousness.
It is a stream.
Yeah, so...
I need to get like one of those URL shorteners that is just like a shortcut to the stream.
Fair enough. There we go. I mean, the link it gave is just like twitch.tv/Ixie Studios.
Yeah.
There we go.
But I need like a super short like ixie.tv link or some shit like that.
Fair enough.
That'd be fun.
And now I have chat open on my phone as well, so we will talk to people when there are viewers in chat to be spoken to. Hello, everyone.
Hooray.
Also, when there
Anyway.
are viewers in chat, you should remind them today's actually do still have like what 1 or 2 inspirations they can use whenever they feel
Yeah,
like.
chat, you have 2 inspiration to help out people as well, if you want, or hinder people if you want to. We're all about the chaos here on at least in Scourge of the Dragon Sea. Like, look at the rogue in the party.
Yeah.
What? Come on!
I know my buddy Overkill's here, but he's keeping it on lurk while he's doing other stuff.
Hey, lurkers are valuable too. Lurkers are people too.
Yeah.
So, you say all of that to the prince. And he pauses, takes a long pause. And he sticks the axe into the wood block again and goes and says, please come inside here. And he walks into the little house and leaves the door open behind him.
We follow.
Yeah, follow him in.
The whole time he's doing this, you see his wings kind of twitching. I don't want to use the word erratically, but like that's the best word that comes to mind.
Mm-hmm.
And Simon, you might do something similar. It's almost like an unconscious, uneasy reaction,
Mm-hmm.
especially when you're grappling with something in your own mind.
Just like fluttering as if like a nervous tick of some sort.
Yeah. He digs around in a large wooden trunk at the foot of the bed that's in there. And looking in here, you see there's a double bed, and then off on one side there's a smaller like child's bed. There's a small fireplace with a cast iron pot hanging over it. A small, rough-hewn sort of table with 3 chairs on one side of the room. Really, it's just a very quaint, humble little homestead here. He strikes, or he takes from the fire that's burning. Like he lights a taper of wood, lights a couple candles so that there's actual light in here, and then you see him dig in this large wooden trunk, and you can hear the rumble of steel. It seems, and he pulls out a suit of actual half-plate armor.
Can you disconnect Marcus or something? Because I can't log back into it.
Oh, can I kick you out? Kick player. There we go. Marcus has been kicked from the world.
Forever.
Sorry, he pulls out a shirt of chainmail, and a very rich. Actually, no, he wouldn't have a cloak because that wouldn't work well with wings, or at least his wings. Suit of chainmail, a very fine greatsword, and he says, "These things haven't been out of this chest in 5 years."
Waste of a sword.
He kind of smiles as you say that. And this is the first smile he has cracked since you have been talking to him. You're right. It is. And he lifts the chain shirt, and as you do so, you can see there's cutouts in it for his wings. And he gets it all suited. He kind of looks around and looks at his wings as if he's really noticing them for the first time in a while, and says, "Those will need to be cleaned." And you can kind of see wheels turning as if he's going through
checklist as he gets ready for war.
Checklist, yeah, as he gets ready for war. It's been a while, so he's trying to remember everything he needs. He pulls out a couple little plates of adornment. You see that he's got. He pulls out a tabard that is also just a little bit dirty. That has the 7-pointed star of Pelor on the front of it.
On the off chance, does anyone have prestidigitation?
I don't think so.
You sound like wizards to you?
It's on every class that has cantrips.
Every class that has cantrips has better cantrips except wizards and bards.
I have mage hand. That's what I have.
Prestidigitation's more useful than you realize.
Anyway,
it's budget wish, but yeah, that's a tangent.
Prestidigitation, aka the make the pee go away spell.
That is
you're not wrong. That's literally what Hogwarts did before indoor plumbing.
Yeah.
There is also the ability that you could technically use it to get into any given lock with a decently talented rogue on hand who can feel it out.
Well, I'll keep that in mind for my next character.
Anyway, we're tangenting pretty hard. he also, from the bottom of the chest, he pulls out a very dusty, not quite beat up, but like just not well maintained circlet.
I can see now. Sorry.
Marcus has been, or Ithvik has been walking into walls for 2 minutes.
He looks at this circlet, kind of like dusts it off a little bit.
Hey, Kiyoshi's here.
Hey there. Glad that we can make your workday a little bit better. So he kind of dusts off this circlet a little bit, and you see that sense of like grappling with himself come back. And he very gingerly like lifts it, places it around his head again, and you feel as he now is standing there in at least close to what would be his full war glory, as it were. You feel like you are standing in the presence of a paladin again. You are standing in the presence of a prince. He holds his head high and says, "Let's go and do some good, then."
As he takes that pose, I'm going to minor illusion, sort of an angelic choir sound around it for a second.
Awesome.
Simon golf claps.
And he steps out, and once he gets outside, he stretches his wings to like their full extent, and takes off and does like a quick lap around. You can tell he's sort of like flexing muscles he hasn't used in a while.
He's got to take the flying tutorial again.
Yeah, pretty much. Then he lands and says, "I can see the temple from the air there. They're gathered at the foot, or outside the temple, and they seem to be piling boxes by it."
Yeah, we spotted some of those boxes on the way here, I think.
I'll sort of draw the shape I recognize on the thing, and just, were they marked with this?
I couldn't quite tell. I was still a little far away.
Worth a shot. If they
What
are,
does that sign mean?
well, usually these mark powder kegs on ships for things like gunpowder.
Edema, you would probably like. It means explosive. It means explosive. You see, he sort of looks at you, nods, and says, "We don't have much time then," and takes off again. And like, it's all you can do to scramble back to the cart.
Simon, like, caught up in the energy of his, like, refreshing and reawakening, almost, like, spreads his wings and wants to take off with him, but then, like, realizes, oh, yeah, I'm with people, and makes a merry dash back to the cart.
Sure. Kai, you see, like...
With no context.
So I would just like to explain to Kai what he sees with all of this. There's like probably 5, 10, 15 minutes of nothing. You're just sitting there like playing with the kitten and talking to Isaac, who is just like in awe of you as well because Turtle Man.
Yeah.
And then you would probably faintly hear the angelic choir coming from inside the house. And then you a minute or two later, you see someone who is not Simon take into the air and do a couple like circles over the farm and land again, and then takes off like screaming over your head, so to speak. And then everyone else comes charging to the cart, probably saying something like, "We have to go now." And
Well,
yeah,
I mean, the guy flying around is nothing unusual, but the screaming by me kind of thing is.
yeah, it's just like he seems to be in very much a hurry.
And the angelic choir, I'm just thinking to myself, oh god, another one.
Another angelic choir?
Another holy dude.
Oh, valid.
Wisdom gang, rise up. For the record, he's not.
Yeah, well, our new friend and I are gonna form Charisma Gang, and then you'll be sorry.
Then you'll all see. Anyway, what's going on, gang?
We're getting in the cart and we're charging after him.
Yeah, follow him.
Sure. Awesome, cool, wow. So you follow him back up the narrow road to the main sort of like track that was running north from the town. You see, like, he's a fair bit ahead of you, and I'm gonna make a couple of rolls here real quick. What's his? What's the number I'm looking for here?
You mean you don't have the 5-year-old character sheet for this guy? Shame on you.
No, I mean, I just built a new. I'm pretty sure the guy who played this character still has the sheet, and I haven't talked to that guy in like 4 years.
Oh.
It's a long story. Really, we just like drifted apart, but that's tangent. Yeah, you see that he has, like, he cut down one of the Hittyroi at this like checkpoint, and then just continued flying. And you can, at this point, you can probably hear off in the that distance. You can hear the distant sounds of like combat, closely followed by an explosion.
Oh, damn.
You guys head up the road, pass through all of that chaos. You see, like, now there's a sort of like plume of smoke spiraling off into the sky, and you arrive at this temple. Yeah, there. Activate, where you see. I need some peoples for this map.
Now loading map.
You see Aelden. Yeah, it's loading. You guys are loading.
You do not own any token with vision in this scene.
Oh, right. You guys don't see anything right now.
Don't mind me adding finesse to these short swords you gave me.
You mean they don't already?
You didn't have finesse on them, no.
Oh. Whoopsie doodle.
It's okay. It's a good thing I checked before we got in combat. Otherwise, that'd have been really bad.
And Kai. Vision might be a little weird because you're not like on the map proper. I'm sorry about that.
I see this little square right in front of us.
Yeah, that you should be able to see.
A cube with the sun.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, actually, you also don't see the people who are there. Okay.
No. I see some statues on the sides.
I'm moving you into... Yeah, you should be able to see a couple of peoples.
Yes.
So it's there, and then we're going to...
Oh, hey, it's
It's
a bed.
probably back here.
Should I go ahead and highlight that other person on the stream?
Yes, please do. Thank you. And then Barry is also here.
I
There.
will go ahead.
Barry
and
apparently still has a torch.
Since we're going ahead into a combat situation, the mask is going straight on.
No, vision is no change. Light source is none. Apply changes. So, you are in a temple where the the entire front facade has been like blown off. There's a couple like chunks of stone left. This room that you're in, and this is probably just like the back half of it here. Pardon me. You see in front of you, the ceiling is glass, and sunlight is just pouring into this temple. And I would say it is probably 50 feet above you. These doors at the end here are steel-banded stone with designs of a sun at the top of the door and a large tree surrounded by flowers that are carved into the door, and you can see that there's faded either paint or enameling on the flowers and the green leaves of the tree, and gold inlay directly into the sun at the top of the door. And the door itself is probably 30 feet high, easily 20 feet wide.
It's a big door.
The statues at the side, you can see they have little plaques, but in the chaos of everything going on, you can't quite make out what they say. Pardon me, I am sorry.
You okay?
Yeah. Just really trying to kick the last vestiges of this cold.
Mm. These are like little pillars that are in the middle, right? That are kind of blocking.
Yeah. Those are like support pillars heading up to the glass and like metal reinforced ceiling.
Okay, so they're straight to the ceiling.
They sort of like they're wide at the base and like narrow as they go up and wide at the top again.
Okay.
You see your good friend Neilnan in full battle glory, standing like crossing blades with this rather stern-looking woman in silver and black armor. She has a silver and black glaive in hand, and you see a small silver and black looks like a bird-sized dragon perched on one shoulder.
I don't know if I need to make a check for this or not, but I'm guessing these are the Hetairoi?
They are Hetairoi, yes.
Yeah, that name is tricky.
It's Old Greek. I think it's Greek. Yeah, Hetairoi.
Okay.
Before I say what I was going to have this do, are we jumping straight in and joining them?
Are you?
That's why I'm asking them.
Well, if they are here to do harm, it's such a shame since some of the other ones were so nice to us on the road.
Let me do a couple rolls of my own here. We're going to go through this and do it like the most boring way you can do a combat, where every combatant has specifically their own turn.
All right.
Because this is that's the way this one should be.
So should we roll initiative then?
Yes, please do if you wish to take part in this encounter.
Oh, the second we hit the thing, I'm running it straight on in. So,
Okay. Ooh,
and the mask is on, and both of my short swords are drawn.
cool. I feel like it goes without saying, but there is not darkness for you to hide it.
Yeah, I figured.
So, yeah, we are here and ready to go.
Oh boy. I just looked at the initiative list. Oh shit.
Yeah. You did go past a couple Hetairoi outside who are kind of reeling a little bit.
Is it bad that this is literally the first time in the entire campaign I've bothered to look at the list of initiative?
Nah, I track it. But as you arrive, Marcus, or Ithvok, I should say, it is your turn first.
Well, seeing him crossing blades with this lady, I'm just going to assume the paladin with wings, has got that one handled. So I'm going to rush over to this guy and let's see, lay into him with this.
Simon, I will say, as you see this person, you get almost like a ping from your connection with your patron that's like, that's who you should be working with.
Okay, the one that Aelnin's engaged with?
Yes.
Okay.
Damn.
The person you are trying to cross blades with is wearing scale mail and has a shield. I actually need to add to his inventory because, like, I want him to have the shield, just they don't always have it drawn. That does not hit, is what I'm trying to say.
This one. How about that one?
That one does hit.
Alright. That does this plus. Hold on. Did it not? It's not displaying my sneak attack button.
Well, that's problematic. Your sneak attack is 2d6 right now, yeah?
Yes, I believe so.
Cool.
I'm only a level 3 rogue. So yeah, it would be. There it is. There it is. Normal.
Awesome. So that's a total of 17 damage to this guy.
And then not done.
You dash in your first attack. Oh, do you have the dual wielding feat? 2-weapon fighting feat?
I set that one to offhand, so it shouldn't have applied the.
Okay. Trying to remember what.
It shouldn't have applied my ability mod to it.
Which is the +3, I believe, there, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah. So that's a total of 14 damage. So he's at that much HP.
And then because of my rogue class, I get one more.
Yep. Is that because of Rogue or Ranger?
Ranger, sorry.
19 hits. For 6 points of damage.
Hold on.
8 points of damage.
Yes.
That's a d4 of cold. Okay. You hurt this guy.
So, yeah, and I do have my mask on. So just this guy with a half skull on his face just runs out of nowhere with a glowing short swords and tears this guy apart for a second.
Your first attack, he parries his, like, you come in and, like, you've done this stuff. You're you.
Yep.
And he pretty, like, it's a pretty clean, like, parry with the first attack, but it opens up his torso as you come in, like, high, and then you go in low with the other hand and immediately follow up quickly for that third attack. You get the 2 stabs in. You see a bit of, like, the frost kind of, like, shine across the armor, and he staggers back as you stand and, like, get back into your sort of, like, combat stance, so to speak.
I just give him a big old grin and just ready my weapons again.
Sure. He sort of, like, recovers his stance and charges at you, swinging his long sword. How I did not finish these stat logs. Holy shit!
You forgot their weapons?
They have weapons. I'm just look. I can do this myself. Plus, let's get that. I need that stat block up at least. Plus that. Your AC is 15?
Yes, it is.
Cool. His first attack Misses. His second attack clangs like sort of bites into the leather of your pauldron, but doesn't get all the way through, and he pulls back, crouched behind his shield. Hi, it is your turn.
Awesome. Kai is gonna cast one of his favorites.
Is it Entangle? Is it one of the icons that has forever been on your sheet?
Well, it might as well be there for a reason, right?
I am the Entangle.
Okay, who are you? Okie dokie. Neat. So, the lady with the glaive succeeds.
That's a shame.
Valid. The guy immediately behind her succeeds. The footman, like the shield bearer here, fails, so he is restrained. Which is the net. And the archer rolls a natural 1.
Nice.
And is also restrained. That area is now difficult terrain, correct?
Yes.
Because there's still creeping vines all throughout.
Yep. First part says it's difficult terrain.
Yep,
Yeah.
difficult terrain.
Okay, cool. Neat. Anything else with your turn?
I just moved over to where I am there, and I'm good for now.
Okay. At the end of your turn, Commander Argenta is going to make a weapon attack against Aelnan with her glaive. And clangs off of his chainmail. The archer is restrained, is going to attempt to get out. Rolls another nat 1. And does nothing with the rest of the turn. Barry, it is yours.
Nice.
Okay. Oh, my game is paused.
It shouldn't be.
I don't know what to tell you.
Overkill, we can't throw the dice out. It's all online.
Yeah, it's all just in
In
it's
Foundry.
random number generation. I do have a bag of dice right here. And my metal dice are oh, that's not them. They're somewhere. Handy enough-ish, maybe.
I've been
Complete my
considering
office.
getting myself that Crown of Candy dice tray from Dropout and using physical dice myself, but it would be too much of a hassle to like prove if I got a good roll or whatever. Nice.
Metal D20. Very, very satisfying thunk on tables.
I heard
the RNG table. All right. So, are you good to go, Barry?
I'm stuck. I don't. Oh,
I was moving you to the
Okay.
side there.
that was not me because the game is paused.
Might
Did you
want to
try
try
relogging?
There we go. Okay.
Okay. I paused it and unpaused it.
Are you stepping into the entangle?
Yes. Well, I mean, because it's
There-
not going to entangle me. It's just rough terrain.
Okay.
Yeah, it's difficult terrain now. That's it.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna move in here. I'm going to go into a frenzy rage. And then I don't know, just go ham on this guy, I guess. I won't do reckless because I get advantage anyways.
He is restrained. You are correct.
Yeah. Jesus.
That hits.
Okay.
This guy does not have a shield, as much as the token has one. Yup, that's the weapon I gave you.
You sure did. Okay, one more.
Ooh.
Also hits.
Oh my
Christ.
god.
Barbarians, ladies and gentlemen.
Yup.
Damn.
I would just like to point out that your first attack brought him to 3 HP.
Nice.
Okay. So he's goop.
He drops. Yeah.
I assume
Really?
this is like the kobold from last time.
And then I will move over to this guy.
Or,
And
yeah.
that's my action.
Yes, you are frenzy raging, but that's a bonus action to get into the rage. So yeah, you're good.
Yep.
Okay, cool, nice. At the end of your turn, he is going to cast a cantrip. What's the range on this? Cool. Barry, could you make a Constitution saving throw, please? Cool. You take 6 points of cold damage, and you have disadvantage on your next weapon attack roll.
Okay.
As you get hit by the frostbite cantrip. Then, this is Aelman's turn. Let's see if paladins do paladin stuff. Just, what? Right. He has become an Oath of Redemption paladin.
Nice.
Huh. Neat. He is going to whack people with his sword. What's her AC? He whacks Commander Argenta for an amount of slashing damage, and he's going to burn a smite. Because what else do you do as a paladin?
Yeah, there's all these useful little spells. No, it's just might. You know how this works.
Yep.
Phenomenal divine power.
You bitch!
Wax with sword.
He takes some damage as you see Ellen's sword glows with light, and whack, and the light sort of explodes through her.
You bitch!
Sure. Attack the second. She parries with her, with the haft of her glaive. The mage comes. I don't know if I actually gave him spells because I was in a hurry doing it. He is going to cast. He's going to step over here. And I need a saving throw from Ithvuk and Aelnan as he casts Burning Hands.
Which one is that?
Dexterity, please.
Oh no, whatever will the rogue do?
Oh.
I deserve that.
I was about to
deserve
say,
that.
I'm so ready for you to talk shit and then fucking fail it.
Instant punishment.
You think you're a hot shit? Ah, it's hot!
I
My
deserve
God.
that so much.
You deserve that so much.
Jeremiah took no time at all.
If it makes you feel any better, Aelman rolled a dirty one.
Again, impressive.
And you each take 7 points of fire damage.
It's okay. I am surprisingly sturdy for a rogue, so that didn't actually do too much.
And then it is her turn. What's in her spell book?
As that guy does the fire thing, I just turn to look at him. Dude, I'm a fucking fish. I'm kind of always a little wet here. That's not going to do much.
Gross.
Very much
Don't
so.
make it weird.
She is going to. Let's see this. She is going to cast the cantrip Sword Burst. Barry, Aelnin, and Ithvuk all need to make dexterity saving throws. Barry, you have advantage because of
Danger.
yeah,
sense.
danger sense. That's it. Thank you.
Was that 10 or 5 feet?
Actually, you know what? It is a 5-foot sphere. Ithvuk, you are safe. Yeah, it's that.
God, my fucking rolls. Holy shit.
You've still done a decent chunk of damage, though.
I say low rolls aside, you've been succeeding so far.
Wait, let me.
Advantage saving my ass.
Does he have Aura of Protection? He does. So he adds another 4 to that. He still fails the save, but he thinks of you guys as allies right now. So if you are within 5 feet of within 10 feet of Aelnin, you add 4 to your saving throws.
I'm assuming that still doesn't mean I
Oh.
made that one previously.
No, it
Yeah.
doesn't.
It was a 1 anyway, but still.
Barry, I think that does apply here. So you rolled a 14.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, that is still a fail. You each take 3 points of force damage.
3?
3.
Damn.
Whatever will we
Big
do?
numbers. The last sword boy is gonna have a turn.
Sword
One
boy.
moment.
Trademark.
He is just going to slash at Barry. Yep. You did not reckless, correct?
Nope.
Okay.
Because of the strain, they're already
First
giving
attack
advantage.
misses. Second attack also misses. He's just like, what? Yeah, he misses you twice. Simon, it's your turn.
Okay, out of the people who have been damaged so far, which one looks the most fucked up?
I would assume
This
this guy
one.
in front of me.
Okay.
Yes, I'm not on the right. Oh, I drew the tiniest little circle.
All right.
This one.
I'm gonna
He is very fucked.
go over. Actually, I think here, just so I have a little bit of better line of sight, and fire a bow from the True Seeker. Fire an arrow from the True Seeker is the sentence I meant.
You're firing the whole bow.
Yeah.
That does not hit.
Damn.
You don't have an extra attack.
No. And I have nothing useful for bonus actions, so that's me.
Okay. Idema.
You have superior technique.
I hate how the movements are on these lines. It's fucking me up way more than it should.
Oh, I know. I meant to turn off the grid when I finished with the map, but I realized after I had uploaded it all and put all the walls in Foundry, I'm like, I don't want to go back and redo all of that.
Marcus, if you're
So
talking
I'm
about my
sorry.
commander strike, that requires foregoing my attack, which I've already used.
Oh, right. Sorry.
That's okay.
Shatter.
Scattering them. Ooh.
I got mixed up between it and Knight of the Crown feet. Sorry.
Yeah, no worries.
The mage fails. The shield bearer succeeds. Roll your damage. It may not matter for the shield bearer.
12.
Ladies and gentlemen, it did not matter for the shield bearer. And that, like, he took exactly enough that he is now falling over with bleeding eardrums. So plus dead.
And I would like to sashay on this side of the pillar, get real cozy with Kai, and end the turn.
The guy who said, another religious type. Okay, cool. Ithbook, it is your turn.
Well, this guy did the burning hands on me, so. Hey, dude.
Sup, bro?
Roll your attack.
See if it actually lets me roll this properly. All right, it's counting wisdom, so this will be one higher.
Sure.
Does that hit?
He casts shield.
Capture spell. Can I?
Okay, you absolutely can.
Okay.
I just...
Why not? I got it.
That is a choice that you have made, and like...
I want to help my friend succeed.
Yeah. He waves a hand as if to like magically parry your sword, and Simon says no. And like the arcane ward that was starting to come up just disappears again, and your strike gets through.
That's all my spell slots, so.
Alright, there's that damage.
Yeah. You're gonna have to roll an attack roll for this because
Yeah.
Oh.
it doesn't matter. He already rolled the attack roll.
Okay.
Thank God.
Okay.
Ooh. Okay.
Hold on.
Oh, right. All right. Let me make a couple rolls for everyone else in the room who has not seen this go off. Almost everyone else in the room who has not seen this go off. She doesn't care. This guy is going to make a wisdom saving throw.
He's not part of Wisdom Gang.
Hey, he really isn't. Hey, Ithvik.
Yeah.
What's your spell save DC?
Which one?
The one that's higher. The one that's higher.
13.
13? Okay. Barry. That guy in front of you seems very scared of Ithvik right now, as the soul of this mage is sucked into the mask.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Let's see what happens with Aelden here. He like watches it happen. Anyone who can see his face sees that he looks concerned, but doesn't seem otherwise affected by watching this happen. This guy is a spooked.
How much did I kill? How hard did I kill this guy?
He had 12 HP.
The fucking frightened icon.
You dealt 26 damage. He had 18 max HP.
Oh fuck.
Can I just say he got froze? His body's frozen in place.
Oh yeah,
Just
like
for extra fun.
the blade goes in, the soul comes out, the body turns to ice and shatters.
Knife goes in, guts come out. That's what Ithvik Soul Gathering Concern is all about.
Yup.
Better
Yup.
souls than something called the Light Sphere, lad. Seal, sorry.
On initiative count 20, a couple more boys come charging in, and one archer. And that is where we are going to leave things. Because I just noticed what time it is,
Yeah.
and this combat could last a minute. So,
Yeah.
ladies and gentlemen, please come back next week.
It's reinforcements o'clock.
It's reinforcements o'clock. Please come back next week for the resolution of this and what happens in this Temple of the Sun. I don't think I described it. This is actually a tile mosaic in the floor. This icon of the sun in the center of the floor here.
Mm-hmm. Kiyoshi says
Yeah.
Dareth is an old man and has to sleep.
Yeah, look, I get up early because I have a toddler.
That's valid.
Sue me. Anyway, thank you everyone for watching. Tune in next week. Combat is happening. Combat is fun. Yeah. What was everyone's favorite part of the session? So I know not a ton happened, but like set up for more. We're good to go.
Some stuff happened.
Stuff happened. Let's start with Kai.
I like Simon talking the Paladin back into his Paladin hood.
Yeah, that was a moment and a half.
That was pretty slick.
Thank you.
Barry.
I liked when you described Kai's visual of just having no context and all of a sudden this winged man just appearing and zooming around.
In full armor.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
we gave no context, by the way.
Yeah, it's like so this is our friend now. We're gonna go fight some stuff. Adema.
I was waiting for you to finish the response of Aelin and then realizing you weren't just being
You were
defensive.
DCing.
Technical issues. Yay!
It's
Gotta
just
have
you
one
look
per-
so concerned on that thought. I'm like, damn, he's really cooking over there.
Wow. So wise.
Oh. Yeah, fuck.
Just the idea of like, I know you don't wanna, but you tell us tell us the thing.
What was your favorite part?
Well, both the Simon managing to talk this guy into actually having a backbone. And then the people's reactions to me both shattering someone like glass and swallowing their soul.
I just want to like, with that in mind, I would like to re-describe this visual for everyone. So, the mask that he wears eats people's souls because it's possessed by an undead that wants to eat your soul.
As you do.
Just casual D&D things. It then, so when he kills someone, their soul is sucked out in a torrent of black smoke into the mask that he is wearing on his face.
Yeah.
So as the soul comes out, the body from the wound out turns to ice as well and then shatters.
Christ. It's a Sub-Zero fatality.
People be a little bit spooked. Anyway. Simon.
I mean, as cool as what I did, I guess, was I also fully enjoyed the visuals I was imagining of just Kai sitting in his cart playing with the goblin and the cat, and then boom, winged man goes flying like a rocket.
Fair enough. Yeah. All right. I think that's everything. Tune in next week. Itchy, take us away.
All right. Well, thank you to Overkill and Kiyoshi and anyone who happened to tune in and anyone who's watching the VOD. As always, make sure to check out Ixie Studios on both YouTube and Twitch if you want to keep track of this ongoing journey and check out anything else that we're up to. I'm going to raid over to my friend as part of the Stream On team, Snowybug, who is currently playing the epilogue of Pokemon Scarlet Violet, which just came out this last week.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
Have a good night, everyone.
See you next time.